Exercise 2 calls for you to do the exact same thing as we did in exercise 1, except now we're going to use thunks. Okay? So if you open up the README in the EX2, we have the exact same setup. Should look the same to you. No complexities different. But it is this line right here, line 23 in my code. That's the one I want to call your attention to. The getFile function is your thunk constructor. GetFile needs to produce a thunk. The question is, should your thunk be lazy or should your thunk be active? If your thunk is lazy, are we going to be asking for files in parallel the way we want or not? If your thunk is active, will we be asking for them in parallel? Okay? So first task, figure out how to make the thunk. And second task, which you may actually want to do these in reverse order, is figure out how am I going to use those thunks to sequence their outputs. So I'll give you 5, let's call it 8 minutes to play around with this thunk. Remember, we're not using any libraries here. We're just simply using the notions of function enclosure in a different way. You're not going to need any global variables here. So if you go down the route you did in exercise 1, you're doing it too hard. We'll see what you come up with.
Quick question. They're asking if you can go over slide 40 really quick.
I did go over slide 40.
Again, but did you review it?
Yes, I did review it.
Okay, sorry.
I can review it one more time. The function created on line 7 is hard-coded to know that the addAsync function is what it's going to call. And it also knows 2 of the 3 things that it's going to pass in. It knows that it's going to pass in a 10 and a 15, but it doesn't know what callback it's going to pass in. So it's hard-coded to know addAsync and 10 and 15, and it's waiting for callback to be parameterized. We parameterize that callback on line 11. We pass in a callback to that thunk. That is what invokes the addAsync function with 10, 15, and the callback we passed in. Line 2 sets up a timeout, and after 1,000 milliseconds, it calls the callback passed in, passing in the values that are at the addition of 10 and 15, which is the value 25, which then comes back to line 11. The parameter sum has the value 25.